The CDC reporting that medical costs for treating obesity doubled in a decade, hitting $147 billion in 2008. Well, our next guest says obesity prevention needs to start in the workplace. I don't know, I kind of think it starts at home when you're a little kid with good diet. But with that in mind, if it starts in the workplace, would you lose weight if your boss paid you to? We want to bring in Sean Forbes, president of Virgin Health Miles, a provider of health and productivity programs that offers rewards to individuals for getting healthy. Okay, Sean, tell me how your program works.
Sure. I mean, we're a technology company that enables employers to execute on pay for prevention. We give them tools to inspect what they expect from their employees and reward them for doing the right thing. And we make those tools available to them on a cost-neutral basis. We think that the innovation that we've been doing in the space is probably pretty applicable to what we're trying to do overall in healthcare in the U.S. today.
So in other words, if I lose 10 pounds, my employer would give me some kind of bonus for that? I mean, how does that work? And are there parameters like you need to be a certain amount overweight in order to get some kind of kickback from the employer?
Sure, good questions. The CDC sets guidelines for what amount of activity constitutes normal or recommended. And what we do is allow we provide a tool set that allows employers to put together a program where they can reward their employees for actually doing the things that the CDC says they need to do to avoid preventable medical costs. I mean, that's the bulk of the costs that are driving up our overall healthcare system costs.
I mean, Sean, I can see that people who are in shape and can lick obesity, whatever obesity is, I don't know if I buy into all this obesity stuff, but whatever. Give them lower insurance rates, okay? Lower insurance rates. That's the incentive. But the rest of it is a matter of personal responsibility. What do your shareholders think about just forking over? So I lose 12 pounds. You're going to give me $1,000? I don't get that at all.
Well, what we'll do is give you a tool so that you can make the right decisions day to day. You know, Larry, you're an active tennis player, but across the last 10 years, everybody, has found that this explosion in devices that kind of hold you still, like BlackBerries, and say, answer this one more email. You know, they have distracted us from moving around as much as we have before.
Oh, I don't know. But at the same time, I mean, and Larry's shaking his head. I mean, it comes back to your individual sense of self, your self-respect, your own desire to be healthy. I mean, why should that fall on the shoulders of your employer?
Thank you, Trish. I mean, Sean, with all due respect, you're a good man, but that is the worst line of reasoning I've ever heard. What? The invention of BlackBerries, the invention of telephones, the invention of the automobile, all that means it's okay to be fat? I mean, there should be some personal responsibility to your family, to your kids.
Larry, you're exactly right.
I'll give you the lower insurance rates. I think the whole insurance system should be built on the prevention issues. I think that's great. But bonuses, that's shareholder money.
We completely agree, actually. What we do is provide a tracking system so that employees know when they're taking the right amount of personal responsibility to do the right thing. You're exactly right. And in fact, one of the most popular ways that our program gets funded is by employers giving their employees discounts on their insurance, their personal contributions, based on them actually doing the right thing, and across a year on a day-by-day basis, keeping track and changing their behaviors.
We got to leave it there. Sean, thanks so much.
Thanks,
Appreciate it.